Hello everyone and welcome to The Circuit, your source for tech and gaming news from around the net. I'm your host, Justin Pack. So this week we've got news on the biggest YouTube channel, DLC for Zelda, leaks on the next iPhone, and issues with a billion-dollar AR company. Let's get started. First off, it would seem that there's a bit of a shakeup with Pewdiepie. The channel, which has 53 million subscribers, has the most amount of subscribers for any gaming YouTube channel, and actually has the most subscribers of any YouTube channel. Pewdiepie, whose real name is Felix Kjellberg, a 27-year-old Swede, has made news before for various online antics, but is now probably getting some attention you would not want to get, as some of his sponsors have disassociated themselves from his channel. Specifically, Maker Studios, who is owned by Disney. What started all this was a series of videos that had anti-Semitic content in it. YouTube posted some of these videos to his channels several months ago, but most recently, there was a video that had been pulled featuring PewDiePie in a military uniform, and then really bizarrely there was like PewDiePie watching a video of two shirtless Indian men with a sign that said "Death to all Jews" on it. He reportedly used Israeli-based freelance company Fiverr to commission this last video. According to a comment received from the Wall Street Journal from Disney, they stated that these videos were inappropriate and cut ties with a YouTube star. PewDiePie has made a response video stating that the media mischaracterized him and that he intended these videos as a joke and that there was no anti-Semitic intent behind them. Specifically, the video of the two Indian men with a sign was part of a video based on asking people on Fiverr to do ridiculous tasks, and he stated that he didn't actually think they would do it. Well, regardless of his intent, Maker and Disney are not the only advertisers that have pulled the support from his channel. Google, who owns YouTube, actually pulled ads from the offending videos with Nazi or anti-Semitic things in them, whether they were joking or not, and has removed Mr. Kjellberg's channel from Google Preferred, which is a platform Google uses to sell popular content to advertisers. They also canceled the second season of PewDiePie's YouTube Red series. Hey, PewDiePie made like $4 million last year, reportedly, and he still has 53 million subscribers, so even without that ad support, I think he'll be okay. Well, moving on to less offensive but no less controversial news, Nintendo has announced that for their hotly anticipated game Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it will feature paid downloadable content. That's right, Zelda fans, there's now DLC in your Zelda. This news was broken by Nintendo advertising they will be offering a season pass for the Legend of Zelda DLC, which will get you 2 DLC packs, one this summer and one around the holidays. So the season pass will retail for about $20 and will be available for both the Wii U and Nintendo Switch versions of Breath of the Wild. Weirdly enough, the DLC packs will not be available for purchase individually, so you basically need to buy the season pass now. Purchasing the season pass will get you exclusive treasure chests at launch. One of those chests includes a custom t-shirt with a Nintendo Switch logo for your character to wear, because brand placement in no way breaks engagement in a fantasy video game. Well, the first DLC pack will be available in summer and will feature a brand new Cavern of Challenges, a hard mode, and a new map feature, whatever that means. The second DLC will feature a, quote, new original story, new dungeon, and wait for it, additional challenges. Way to be really vague with your descriptions, Nintendo. They probably haven't said anything about these because it's still in development. This is not the first time Nintendo has used DLC in some of their games, but it's their first attempt on a major flagship title like Zelda. Similarly, they've done some things on some of their Fire Emblem games on the Nintendo DS and 3DS, where you could get new characters and maps. And there was DLC for Splatoon, but most of that DLC was free. It's kind of disappointing. Like, Nintendo was the last bastion of not like DLCing all the things. Not you too, Nintendo. I want my Zelda. Like all at once, don't make me pay for it piecemeal. I do enough collecting in-game, I don't want to have to do it with real money in the real world. Well, anyhow, speaking of real money, there's been some leaks about the new iPhone, sometimes called the iPhone 8, or other people calling it the iPhone X, and probably the most shocking thing about these rumors is the price point for the new mobile device. According to information, Apple may be charging up to $1,000 for the new iPhone. Yeesh. The reason for this steep price increase, according to market analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, are a bevy of new improvements coming out of the phone, including wireless charging, which will double the speed of wired charging, but relating to this, charging method generates a lot of heat, so they're gonna have to put a graphite layer between that and the rest of the components in the phone, which is gonna make it more expensive, but it also probably means it won't catch fire, hopefully, please. There's also supposed to be an edge-to-edge OLED screen, which means that the phone is mostly glass, and glass is not really great at heat dissipation, unlike aluminum. A lot of new thermal challenges for the new phone. Beyond that, according to a patent filed by Apple, it's possible that the fingerprint reader will be just built into the screen of the phone, so we're looking at probably just an iPhone that's has no buttons. It's just like a sheet of glass. Sounds pretty futuristic, like that monolith from 2001. Technology's gonna get us, y'all. Well, and one more piece of Apple-related news. If you go ahead and purchase this possibly $1,000 iPhone, well, what happens when you drop and break it? Well, in the past, you either hope you had insurance to get it replaced, or you send it off to somebody to get it repaired. That might be a thing of the past, though, if some new laws gets passed. Well, at least a new law in Nebraska, if you live in Nebraska. This legislation, known as Right to Repair, would require Apple and other manufacturers of goods to sell repair parts for consumers in independent repair shops, and would require them to provide service manuals to the public. It would mean it would be a lot easier to have local individuals repair your stuff, or just fix it yourself. But man, that would have saved me a lot of headache like 6 months ago when I dropped and shattered my phone. However, Apple is getting prepared to fight this legislation in court, with their main arguments against it being that users who repair devices might mishandle the batteries and they could catch fire, or sharp edges of shattered glass could cut people's fingers. The other side of this argument would be the independent repair shops who say that their companies have been hampered by manufacturers restricting access to replacement parts and information. This is not the first time a repair bill like this has been proposed. One was shot down last year in New York. So this is not a new thing. And this law, though, wouldn't just affect electronics manufacturers, though. It would affect companies like John Deere, who also is vehemently opposed to this law, stating that it wants to protect consumers' significant investments to their equipment. This is probably why the Farm Bureau also has come out in favor of this law, too. Who knows? I don't own a tractor, but I do own an iPhone. But I know people who own tractors and iPhones. Yeah. Okay, and our last piece of news for the show, Florida-based augmented reality company Magic Leap is having all sorts of drama. If you haven't heard of Magic Leap, they were a darling of the tech industry for people wanting to invest in augmented reality. If you're not familiar with augmented reality, it's basically where you overlay digital images on top of a pair of glasses that you wear. So you see fake things in the real world. Microsoft is working on something very similar. It's a product they're calling HoloLens. It's made a lot of buzz, but anyhow. Magic Leap had already received $1.4 billion in funding from various companies, including Google. That was reported back in December, though, that maybe the executives at Magic Leap have oversold what the technology is currently capable of. In some cases, might actually be inferior to what Microsoft is doing with HoloLens. Oh, and the footage used in some of its promotional videos has been accused of basically just being special effects and not actually real. All of this bad PR has recently been bolstered by a leaked image of the prototype of the Magic Leap, which seems pretty bulky. It's consisting of these big glasses with a cord and some sort of belt pack thing. It just looks bad. Ronnie Abovitz, Magic Leap CEO, is on damage control, messaging journalists saying that things in the photo are not what you think it is. And an internal memo to staff saying, ignore all of this, focus on what we are doing. If we ship a great product, that will speak loudly and reverberate for many years. On top of all of this, its former marketing director, Tenon Campbell, has filed a discrimination lawsuit against the company, saying that she had to endure hostile environment and sex discrimination, and that she challenged Magic Leap CEO Ronnie Abovitz to acknowledge the depths of misogyny in Magic Leap's culture. So it sounds like what this company promised sounds really awesome, but there might be some nasty stuff going on in the background, just on the tech and HR side. Yuck. Well, I'm really excited for AR, it's gonna come eventually. Just look how popular Pokemon Go was. That was scratching the surface. Whoever figures out how to make this technology and get it to the public, it's gonna make a lot of money. Trust me. So anyhow, that's our show. Thank you for joining us. See you guys again next week. All right, let's say some words on a screen. My mic is on. I didn't forget this time. Cool. Hey. Leaks about the newest iPhone and some issues with a $2 billion, ooh, no, it's a $1 billion company and you messed up your copy. There's supposed to be also edge-to-edge OLED screen, which means most of the glass, dang it, you can't, you tried to just power through that one, but you couldn't, you messed up too much. But it also, my phone went off. Set etiquette, Justin. Send diagnostic and service manuals available to the public and manufacturer or repairs. It would mean you tried to ad-lib your way through it and it didn't work. Ronnie Obritz. I should have looked up how to pronounce this name. Ronnie Obritz. Abovitz. I got it. Challenge Magic Leap CEO Ronnie Abovitz. I forgot how to say it. I just read it and I forgot how to say it. Reverberate is a fun word. Reverberate. I did it. Again. I didn't know I was going to be on camera today. I didn't shave. Not that you can tell.